Hi, this is Maria from SAS, and in this tutorial we're going to take a look at the options menu in the Call Script Builder. So let's open up the Call Script Builder by clicking Campaigns from the menu on the left. And then, under your active campaigns, you'll click on the details icon to the far right of the campaign you'd like to review. Then in the upper right corner here, click Edit Your Script, and that's going to open the Call Script Builder. Call Script Builder is essentially like a large flowchart. So when someone calls in, the operator is going to have a drop-down menu of choices to select from based on whatever it is the caller says. Those choices are going to exist within what's called a logic option step, and a logic option is typically going to be the first step in your script. In this view, you're going to find it below the campaign name. So the campaign name here is SAS, and the first step is labeled as greeting. In your script, it may be something else, but if we click here, we can see on the right-hand side that it is in fact a logic option. Clicking on View Options in the lower left corner is going to open the pop-up that will show us all of the paths listed within this script. So we'll click here, and here's our options menu. It's 5 columns, and it's very straightforward. The first column denotes the order that paths will appear in your script or in the drop-down menu for the operator. Now, if paths are entered without a number, the system is going to default to listing them in alphabetical order, and they will all appear with the number 1. If you want paths to be listed in a specific order, you will have to number them in this particular column, and you may want paths to be listed in a particular order. Let's say if you have one path that's going to be utilized more frequently. So if I run an after-hours emergency hotline, chances are most of my calls are going to be for emergencies, and I would want this choice to be listed first in the drop-down menu. This makes the call flow just a bit better for the operators, because they all have less to choose from. So if emergency is listed first, they can click on that very quickly without having to read the rest of the options. So the second column here, the actual option column, will show you the title of the path. You want to keep this pretty short and straightforward. The reason being is because when the operators open up that drop-down menu, they're going to have to read each of these to themselves to determine which path to choose. So the longer these are, or the more descriptors they have, the longer it's going to take the operator to go through them, and the more easily, unfortunately, it would interrupt the call flow. So we don't want it to interrupt the call flow. That's why we want to keep them very clear. So you can see here calling for service, calling for sales, calling for a tow. They're all very short and to the point. The operator doesn't have much to read. They can quickly click on the path and then move forward. You'll see here that we have a path called Account Owner Calling In. This is listed in every script, and typically you're going to see it listed as number 10. But this path exists just in the event that you accidentally call your forward number for assistance. During business hours, our operators can transfer you back to customer support for assistance. So if you see this path in your script, you want to just leave it in there. Just make sure that it's listed as the furthest option down. Now the Assigned To column is going to show you which location each path is assigned to. If you don't see anything, it means that it's listed or assigned to the default location on your account. And the default location is usually the first location that's built when you sign up for service. Now you can see here that the first 3 paths are assigned to Nick, Annie, and Marvin. So let's say that when a call closes, Nick wants a text and an email. When this call is done, so the operator selects the All Other Calls path, when they close out the call, Nick is going to get a text and an email of the call details, and it would be the same for any other path that's assigned to any location here. So let's say that Annie wants to receive a fax when an appointment comes in. After this call closes, Annie is going to receive a fax because this path is assigned to her location. For more information on assigning paths to a particular location, you want to check out the tutorial, How to Assign Script Paths to a Particular Location. And you can learn more about how to assign, how to make changes to locations so that you can update everything to suit your needs. The next column here we have is Next Step, and what that will show you is the very first thing the operators are going to do after they select a path. So let's say after they select this path calling for a tow, the very first thing they're going to do is ask the caller for their first name. You'll see that the next step here will match all of the first steps that are listed within the actual path. So we'll expand these in just a moment to show you that they match. Now the last column here is Edit and Delete. So if I want to edit the number of something, I'm going to click on Edit. And you can see that when I click Edit, the line will highlight in yellow, and that means I'm in edit mode, so I can make any changes that I need to. And then I would click Update on the right-hand side here. In this case, we're going to click Cancel because we haven't made any changes. Now, you can delete a path if you would like. if for some reason you feel like you have a path that is duplicated or kind of does the same thing as another path, you can delete it. But be careful and be sure that that is what you want to do, because once you click delete, the path is gone and it will have to be rebuilt. You're not able to get it back within this menu. You would have to add a new path and build it again from scratch. So let's close this and just double check our next steps here and make sure that they match. So calling for information should have first name too as the first step. We'll close this and we'll click on calling for information to expand that. And you can see that the first step here matches what was in the options menu. So that's really it. The options menu is very straightforward. There is a tutorial on how to number different options, or the best way to number options. So check out that tutorial for more information. And again, you can check out the tutorial on how to assign script paths to a specific location for more information on which paths are assigned to which location. And if you have any questions, you can always give support a call. Otherwise, good luck working with your call script builder.